Hey, what's up, brothers and sisters? It's your world. G World 7 Space D. It's your brother. Filming here at the West Pullman Woodland. Yes, the West Pullman Woodlands. So, having a good old time here in the far south side of Chicago. I enjoy myself. And it's a very, very beautiful day. I want to talk about a little bit about relationships in this video. You know, I've constantly hear about a lot of women say they can't find a good man. And then I hear men say they can't find good women. I feel that's so wrong. There's plenty of good black women out here, and there's plenty of good black men out here for those black women. Lots of times when we go out and try to look for someone special, we go to the wrong places. Many of us would go to the clubs, we go to some type of bar, you know, or even to the beach. Not to say you can't meet someone at the beach, but lots of times you can meet a good person at the library, or just here at the park. Someone just sitting outside reading, just chilling. Or even at the grocery store, in the mall. You can meet some good people. But I think lots of times we need to open our horizons to other black people. Many of us just choose to date the people within our, what you call, little neighborhood, instead of going outside the boundaries of our neighborhood. What I mean by that is that I've known brothers and sisters. I remember trying to speak to a sister who lives in Oak Park, Illinois. It's a western suburb. In fact, part of it is like across the street from the west side of Chicago. The one side of the street's Oak Park, the other side is the west side of Chicago. But I live on the far south side. And she was sit there saying, you live too far. Really? And she was used to dating like corporate thugs. To me that doesn't make any sense, but I felt that she was limiting herself with just dating the brothers, of trying to be with brothers within that little area. I mean, there's probably some good brothers within her area, but she ignored them and passed them up. And it's going with the brothers too. I knew a brother who, me and him was having a conversation, and we talking about beautiful women on the continent of Africa. He talked about how East African women to him look better than West African. I said, no, they both are beautiful. Black is beautiful, East, West, Central, Southern, Pacific Islands, Australia, Europe, Canada, Latin America, whatever, in America. But we had a deep debate on that, And the brother, I guess he was caught on the fixation of the hair, and not all East Africans have a certain particular type of hair that he was thinking of, and he wanted women, I guess, in the image of like Iman or something like that. And not all Somalians look like that, but he had this opinion that he wasn't attracted to West African women, which I didn't understand, because some of the most beautiful sisters I've seen are West African women. Like I said, I am attracted to black women, West, East, South, Central, North, Europe, Canadian, whatever, because black is beautiful. And I think that that's just another dividing technique that has been used against us, whereas that we would favor one black over the other black, which has caused divisiveness in the black community. It's just like saying with the light skin, dark skin thing, or like I mentioned, the hair texture thing, even the nose. Some brothers like sisters who have more narrow noses and all that stuff, which doesn't make any sense. And this goes for sisters too, talking about how they chase out just either light-skinned dudes or a dude who look a certain way. He can be, if he's dark-skinned, he must have facial hair. If you don't have facial hair, you're not all that. I mean, it's very petty, and I don't understand that. Well, I do understand that self-hatred, but it doesn't make any sense to me. We don't need any more divisiveness than we already have within the family. It doesn't make any sense. It's not helping us. We need to understand our diverseness of our beauty within our own race. Love ourselves. How in the hell you expect someone to love you when you don't even love yourself? We need to start loving ourselves, loving who we are, loving what we are made to be, or in the image of. There's a better way of putting it. We have pretty skin, pretty hair. Everyone idolizes us. Our music, our culture, imitate us. They sit in the sun, risking skin cancer to have our skin tone. Put collagen in lips to have lips like us. Now they want to have our butt, but then ridicule us for having those same features, making us seem bad or hate ourselves for having those features, which they're spending billions of dollars to have themselves. And I mean them. I mean people of non-black extraction. And there's nothing wrong, trying to enhance your images, fine. You want to look better a certain way, fine. But the one thing to downgrade one group of people, you hate them, you can't stand them, but then you want to look like them. See, to me, that's something psychologically wrong with individuals who think that way. I don't understand that. To me, that's a form of deep-seated sickness and self-hatred amongst themselves. But we as black people need to realize how beautiful we are. Stop with all the divisiveness. Stop with all the pettiness. Love yourself. It is ridiculous when I hear a black man say they prefer another woman, another race of woman over their own, man. Doesn't make any sense. Same thing with a black woman. You can't sit there and talk about black is beautiful and then you with a white woman or white man, because you're not procreating and bringing back into this earth another black person. You're not doing that. So it doesn't make any sense to me. Black is beautiful. And being with a black woman or a black man is the ultimate form of beauty and bringing in life, black life into this world. Hollywood does not want to show you that. That's why they have all these movies with black man with white woman, black woman with white man. They don't want to, and they want to highlight the athletes who are with non-black women, but most of them are with black women. But the media does not want to show you that. The media prefer an image where they can promote, I'm going to say it, miscegenation, and to try to find a way to wipe you out. People envy our skin, our hair, how we talk, how we walk, what we invented. People envy us black folks globally. And when I heard, and I've been doing my research, when I'm hearing brothers and sisters being called nigga in Australia and nigga in Panama, they call them nigga in those countries, call them black folks nigga in those countries. It's not out of love, I sure as hell know that. Which is why I don't believe that we should call each other that. And then put it on record. And then that's basically promoted and sold around the world. People hear that around the world. We call ourselves nigga on the record? Come on, man. It doesn't make any sense. So, it's about black love. And black people should start loving themselves. Learn about your history. Learn about the past, here in the present, so you can help build a better future. That is the main thing. I just don't understand why is that so hard to do. I think there's a certain segment in the black community who would do anything for a butter biscuit or $1. They'll do anything to please their slave master. They'll do anything to prevent black people from progressing. And we just gotta have to deal with that. We're just gonna have to basically ostracize them out the black community. Those type of Negroes need to go. They're gonna have to go. And that's the main thing. Some of these politicians, some of these black entertainers have been cooning so damn long, and they do anything and everything to pimp the black community. And they do anything and everything to get that butter biscuit or that chicken wing. And we in the black community, we don't have time to deal with that. We can't afford to deal with this foolishness, man. We're gonna have to move forward, man. Keep on pushing, like the great Curtis Mayfield said. Keep on pushing. Yeah, because if we don't keep on pushing and just continue to follow people who's gonna lead us down the well of hell, we're not gonna get anything or anything done. You know, I wish brothers and sisters realize that. So, like I said before, I'm gonna talk about some history. I'm gonna do a lot of sports, various different things on my YouTube page, but I'm gonna deal with some history, historical issues. I talked about the Black Hawaiians. I'll show the picture of King Kamehameha I. Also, I'm gonna try to see if I can pick my book up. If I can find it. It's the Cultural Atlas of Ancient Mesopotamia by Michael Rofe, if I believe, and it has a picture of ancient Persian guards, and it showed them as black, but then the actual picture of them, how they have it on the gates, or how they painted of themselves. Then in the book cover, once you open the inside of the cover, it has a picture of white people. So I can go from the original image black to a pale image of them. Excuse my voice, a little hoarse. I need to drink some water, but and to me that doesn't make any sense. To me, that was just showing a form of white supremacy, whereas you trying to whitewash the true image of the black people. When you had it in your book on one page, then you open up the beginning of the book when someone does like an illustration of it compared to the original image with how they portrayed themselves. It's like it's night and day. And when you look at that, I'm like saying, damn, really? But it's in books like that, and you're not expected to read those books. So obviously those books, when they're being printed or made, they don't really expect black folks, us, reading those type of books. But the book is called The Cultural Atlas of Mesopotamia by Michael Rofe, if I believe I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Roaf, Michael Rofe. And it has an image of the ancient Persians. And when you just look at that image right there, you see black men. I think it's 3 or 4 black men on the gate, clothed, and they painted, and they jet black. So I'm going to show you more pictures like that. I'm also give you some books to check out. A lot of books you're not going to get at a regular bookstore. You may can go to a black bookstore and order some of them. Well, some of them books I got just basically typing online a particular name, and I was able to hunt those particular books and those titles. So I got books dealing with black people in the Philippines, black people dealing with ancient Cambodia for Angkor Wat, black people in ancient India, particularly the black people in the Andaman Islands, the little short black people, the Khalsin black people, dealing with the original black Greeks. It's a good book by James, I think his name James Campbell Dunn, if I get his name correctly. James Campbell Dunn. I think it's James Campbell Dunn. But he wrote the book, The African Origins of Classical Greek Civilizations, if I'm correct. And it's an exceptional book because he traced it back to the area of the Sahara, and he talks about how that area dried up and how that population, a lot of them shifted to a different location. This is a white guy from New Zealand who wrote the book. And it's a very, very, very good book. It's a very powerful book, but it's not really talked about much. And you can say it's basically being suppressed through James Campbell Dunn, I think that's his name. It's basically being suppressed by the mainstream media, or the mainstream, at least book publishers or book outlets. It's a very good book because it breaks down how it has like little pictures of black people around all over, not only in Africa but all over in Europe, places which you don't expect black people to have ever been. But it had basic images of a black man in an area which you call Bosnia now, Russia. They had images of black people globally. Well, the book on the back cover, he has like a little map, and then they had like the little black men with the shortcut woolly hair, and the images all over the world, all over Europe at least, or Europa, the continent of Europa. So, but yeah, it's a very good book. I'm going to show you the cover when I can. So if you think about you want to buy the book, you can go ahead. I'm going to show various different books, like I said. So if you're looking at my page, you know you can go out, try to find a book, you order it online, whatever. Go to those bookstores. You can get hard to reach books, and some of these books I got for a cheap price, man. I got some of them for like brand new for $5. Man, I think one I got for $4, $3, so you can get some of them cheap. And actually, the books may have cost $50-something, but you're able to get at certain book places, or people are selling it for a cheaper price. So you gotta basically hunt for a good bargain. Some of these books they try to price you out, and others you can get for a good price. You just gotta know how to look for it. So, but like I said before, learn your history, learn your culture, love who you are, be proud of who you are, and never feel ashamed of who you are. Like I said, we are great people, and I really believe that once we learn more about our history, truly know our history, and truly really understand that we've been here, we're the original people of this planet. We were the first people in Americas, and we came by ships, but we were the first people here. We built the mounds and the pyramids. What is called the Mississippi River, that was like the Nile of America. You know, many black folks might have traveled north, man, used what you call the old Route 66, whatever, used the highways and the trains. But in the earlier days, it went by boat. And you look at the Mississippi River as like I said, the Nile River, where people will travel back and forth. Like I said, I'm very passionate about our history and culture, and reading is very fundamental. But living in America, I understand that a lot of people do not read like they should or want to read, or we discourage to not to read, or if we are to read anything, we're basically instructed to read certain things given to us by a professor or our particular teachers in our class, or what mainstream society said what is good, what is number one on the bookseller list, whatever. But if you really want the information, you're gonna really have to hunt for it. You gotta hunt for the truth. So it is in that aspect, a little frustrating, but when you study history and you really understand it, it's very fulfilling. You know, I thank my father for pushing me in that direction, to wanting to read and research and study my history. And he's not an ancestor now, but every time when I do read and when I'm out here, I just think about him. You know, and man, I miss my old man. I miss him a lot, but he's always, he's inside me. I know that. And my oldest brother, too. I miss them both, but I noticed that they say that with life, things continue. I just want all the brothers and sisters, while you on this earth, to try to leave your imprint, something positive. And that's why we should really, really, really get in study groups and take the time to learn about our history and our culture. Realize that, I love Sister Harriet Tubman, but our history goes beyond that, man. Our history is greater than we were slaves and we escaped from slavery, and then we had to escape to Canada, man. Come on, that's just really bastardizing our true history. So I don't think that's cool. I really think that once we truly understand our true history, once we truly comprehend our true history, once we fully understand that we have a history that expands this whole planet, then I think everything will start to take its course, and everything will get back to the natural order where black people are in their proper rulership, and understood that we are great and we are not inferior to anyone. So I'm almost up. My time is about up with this video. I know I just done some little rambling to some people, but I want everyone to realize, black is beautiful, black is great, and don't ever feel ashamed to be black. Don't ever stop denying that you're black people. Peace and love. Peace. Peace.